They had that guy, I forget his name.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best idea, man, is you don't know their name.
Exactly, yeah.
And the ideas are bigger than the band.
Exactly.
Bigger than the person.
I think his name was Seth Beetle.
Seth Beetle, yeah.
Oh, I went offline?
Oh no. Back to gameplay. Back. Beep. Back. Oh yeah, I died.
No, I'm still here. Okay.
Where are the boobs in this map?
They would be...
Are they off map?
I believe.
They are. We need more map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Map.
Oh.
We might even need to make a ceiling higher for this.
I think
I
we put
say
this
something
lower.
something weird. Okay, hold on. I'm like,
Oh
what?
yeah.
What's
true.
okay? If you had to have a visual similar to the Flaming Lips, like this, like skeleton riding a weird dong thing, what would you think your band? Like, what is the visual that you guys first think of when you think of your band?
Eggs.
Pigs?
Eggs.
Eggs?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I really want the band to be called
He
Eggs.
wants the band to be called Eggs.
Oh, that's a good name.
Such a dumb name.
It's not
I've been wanting
great.
I've been wanting to do a band called Recommended Daily Values. That's just about the importance of eating healthy. I think it would be really popular.
That's good. That'd be successful.
That's a bit. That's a bit for sure. I want eggs or guts.
I think Guts is a terrible band name.
Come on, man.
Guts
Dude.
Guts is
You're
too 90s. I would just think of the 90s show.
Guts. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nickelodeon Guts. Yeah, that would be the.
I never watched Nickelodeon. So damn it. You're right, though, because I know that a lot of people have told me guts is a thing. But I just like the word guts. I think it's funny sounding.
That's pretty good. I'm for Guts.
But what were you saying, Cody?
Forget.
But you had the real answer. Jokes.
The real answer to what? The band name?
No,
Guts?
the style. Star was asking about the cover style.
Eggs.
I could see Minecraft painting being there.
Yeah, be a Minecraft band.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like blocks, but
It's
like.
the Eye of the Spider. Oh, I gotta play that for stream. Have you guys heard this meme?
What?
There's a kid who wrote Minecraft.
Oh man,
Eye
it's
of
so bad. Oh, Abe,
so
what are you
cute,
doing to the people?
It's so cute. It's the cutest. Come on.
You guys should do rap rock, like where you combine rap and rock. No one's owned that before.
Yeah, no, I've
You could be
never heard of a
pioneers.
single band.
No
that
one's done that.
You'd be pioneers.
No one has, literally no one has ever done that.
Yeah, you do like rock, and then you do some rap while you're doing your rock.
Like that seems crazy to me. Like how would you be able to do that? Like I don't see how those two genres make.
Exactly, that's the whole point. People will be like, "Oh my god, rap and rock? Are you kidding me?"
That just tickled me.
Yeah, that really hurts Star.
Yeah, it really hit a chord.
I'm sorry. That just. I don't know. It's just one of those where I'm like, oh no. I'm not gonna...
Is it because it sucks? Like
Rap rock?
rap rock sucks?
No, it was just a lot of like I had a visual of you guys actually doing rap rock, and then like the combination of that with I haven't done that before. Like, that hasn't happened before. Like, it was just too much in my head.
Dude, this fucking song is so good.
Ugh. God damn it.
This song is so fucking on point, dude.
What are you listening to?
The Eye of the Spider Kid?
I have the spider.
Ugh.
It's a Eye of the Tiger Minecraft parody
Good God.
by I don't know, like
Some
11-year-old kid. It's so perfect though. Clearly his mom and dad worked on the production of it. It's so awesome. Even though I know that most people will take away from the video, it's like, haha, it's like Star Wars Kid. I actually think it's a wonderful, here's a family that really cares about what the kid cares about.
Right, good for this kid.
Yeah, he's definitely nerdy. That's for sure.
He's very passionate, though.
But he's so passionate about Minecraft.
How long ago was this song?
2017.
Oh, really?
But I guess that's where this one was released. I don't know if that was the original.
There's more than one?
No, it's just the one I'm looking at.
Oh.
So I don't know actually.
Star,
I heard it. I
Mhm.
feel like I heard it before that.
I would say, think of, apocalyptic, dystopian type of thing but upbeat. Depressing subject matter, but up. That's helpful.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever Cody said.
mental illness and stuff like that.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh
Oh no. Oh God.
no.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Hey. Oh.
What are you guys doing?
where'd
Happy
you go?
apocalyptic, huh? Hmm.
Like, what are you guys doing?
Oh no.
Thought that was gonna go all the way down.
Yeah, no, I wish it did. But feel free to. Did you close up the hole?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were gonna go a different way.
No.
Are you stuck?
No. No. Well, no.
Where did you even go?
I just have to beat on this
Hold on.
cobblestone wall forever. Because I have nothing on.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Oh, no,
then
I
it broke.
destroyed
Then
it.
it broke. Yeah, you can't get it. It's not with a pickup. I'll fix it.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Hey, no problem. Oh, thanks for that. Hey, now.
Have you guys all seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched it last night. It's fucking so good. So pleasant.
For the first time you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Did you see Thor? 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Wahiti's good. I watched Boy and what was the other one?
Boy? Like the horror movie?
No.
Boyhood?
Wahiti's first film. And then I watched Wilder People.
I still have to watch that. Fucking Sam Neill, man.
Fucking great film.
Sam Neill's one of the best people.
But for some reason, I didn't watch What We Do in Shadows. And I just recently watched it. It's fucking great. You've all seen it, yeah? I assume
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
it's so good. We're werewolves, not swearwolves.
They're gonna make that show.
Yeah, werewolves.
Yeah.
That's why I watched it.
Wait, what show? What?
They're making a sequel to What We Do in the Shadows, and it's
Oh.
called We Are, but apostrophe, so We're
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolves.
Ye.
Yee. Yee.
Widowick Chapter.
Wait,
That's great.
Someone on my chat is saying I was told to ask you for punk recs, like punk record, or recommendations, like just punks you should know.
Yeah, just name a bunch of punks.
Yeah, who are your favorite punks, Dave?
Ruiz.
I actually have an answer for that.
Nice. Who's your favorite punk?
His name is Troll. I met him in New Jersey. And he would always get on my back in the mosh pit. And what made him weird is that from then on, he just kept showing up in my life. Like, I went to England, like 3 or 4 years later, and there was Troll just at this punk festival. And it was like, oh my god, it's Troll. And he went back on my back again. And he just kept showing up wherever I'd go. And then recently, I was watching the movie The Decline of Western Civilization 3, which is about punk rock, and there was Troll in the documentary talking about punk. And then I was working a job where I was like a photo editor, and a bunch of photos came in from some like event in London, and there was Troll in the photos, and he just keeps showing up. Fucking Troll.
I like the idea that this guy's your constant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like real life. This sounds like the opening act of like a Fight Club-esque
Right.
movie.
Yeah, something's gonna happen to you.
Right,
Yeah,
like he's gonna murder you or you're gonna...
He'd get on, by getting on my back or something, because that's what he'd do in the mosh pit.
Right, that's gotta come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
all
know,
that.
doing that so much in the first act.
That's how humanity works.
Yeah.
Real life.
Okay, so I'm gonna
By the way-
screenshot these and then put them in the Discord so you guys could see.
Are you...
I've just been making shirt designs for you guys. Just like real quick, like obviously like I just made mocks that aren't anything, but
Radical.
Oh, we're definitely gonna release them and not pay you, Star.
okay.
No, that's the
You
opposite.
said that with so much defeat, like, okay.
No.
Wouldn't
you
be the
get
first
paid-
time.
You get
Honestly,
paid for
kind of almost like yeah, that happens.
Nah, nah.
I just
If we like one of your designs, we're...
but these are I literally made these in like the 20 minutes of the conversation we had.
Right, you would fine tune it and all that stuff. But I like the Milk one, even though that's like a terrible band name that no one ever should.
Okay, so the first two in the chat were before you guys really gave me any direction. I was just kind of like, this is what I see.
Oh, I see.
And then afterward, I started asking questions.
Let's pull up the old Discord.
So it's in the Discord in general.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna show stream.
I like that first one a lot.
Yeah, the first one was just like, I was just trying to think of something I would wear on a shirt real quick. That was
Yeah,
just
for
like,
sure.
Oh,
I
love
will say
Dave.
that
You're so
AC/DC
fast.
is a band.
Is it a real band?
AC/DC?
oh, AC/DC. Well, yeah, but you're ABCD, which also
Oh,
kind of.
I know.
But I mean, like that also adds to like the slight joke factor of it that you guys wanted.
Sure.
I like it. Let's
I mean, it looks good. It looks great. I like that first one a lot.
Window capture.
Still grappling with this guy about punk recommendations.
That poor guy on fire.
Window capture.
Dave, you should really look at the last one I submitted, though.
Wait, on the Discord?
Yes.
ABC.
Where? Which Discord? Okay, shit. I gotta go on the Discord. Hold on.
It's in
Sorry, everybody.
it's in Small Beans in general.
Wait, what? Is Discord not? I don't understand.
Yeah, the last one.
The last
Gotta
one,
do
the
the
last
last
one, I incorporated Minecraft and I incorporated positive
The
apocalyptic.
last one.
I did all your things in one go.
It's exactly what we did tonight. Yeah.
God
Burned
damn.
that guy.
I can't. For some reason, I can't. OBS won't
I'm sorry.
do it.
This person's asking, like, for general... Alright, let me try to think of what's good. Good punk that people don't listen to. You should check out Boris the Sprinkler, person in the chat. I don't know if it's up your alley, but it's one of the weirdest punk bands.
Dude, oh,
It's
we
like
should-
if...
yeah.
What?
Keep the. Just someone in chat was like, I'd pay for a shirt.
Hey, did you see these?
I am looking at them. I'm
Okay.
trying to find a way to make it on stream.
Oh, I mean, I just posted. I mean, if you go on my stream, I could just scroll through them if people want to see that.
Yeah, I'm just doing a monitor capture.
Oh, you're new to music. This guy's...
Oh, Ruiz, I didn't put the milk one on the. I guess I could do that just so you guys could see it.
How is this person new to music? Okay.
I mean, you know which one I like. I like one of the last two. And I'm gonna do my typical emote. The only emote I use now anymore.
Cut
I'm
out.
excited. The only emote I use anymore. Phone.
Man, I'm gonna type a wide variety of punk bands in this chat. Alright, hold on.
This was the milk one. But now I'm on board for ABCD at this point. So
Yeah, it is a cool design. I just don't want to give
I get it.
Dan a win. But it is cool. You did a good job. Yeah.
I mean, if I were to pick out of the four,
Hold on,
I
chat
like
person.
I like the first one just as a simple on a black shirt. I think that would be cool and fine and really cheap to make. But I also like the last one because it's an in-joke, but it also fits the theme of post-apocalyptic but positive and kind of weird. And obviously I would refine it to look a little bit more not like I just scribbled it.
Right, you whip those up literally in the span of like a 8-minute conversation.
But it could look as like detailed, like I could make it look like a like. Well, let me not promise that. I can't necessarily make it actually look like a person on fire, but I could, refine it a bit, or at least make it look more Minecrafty if you wanted it to look more Minecrafty.
Well, I like it. I like it.
Look, one's really good.
Yeah, it is good, but it's the wrong name.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh.
Hmm. Oh. Where's everybody?
What? What's your problem?
No, I'm just at the top of the dick, and I don't know where anyone is.
I'm writing a bunch of punk bands in the chat.
Okay, I got that out of my system. Now I have to go back.
In
to the
our
comment.
chat or your chat?
My chat.
You should say them out loud because I think someone in punk recommendations as well, unless they're the same person.
Well, I mean, this person's saying I'm new to music. What are some punk recommendations? So it's like all of them.
Yeah.
Like, Dead Kennedys, The Addicts, Propaganda, No Effects, Black Flag, Boris the Sprinkler, Dead Milkman, G.G. Allen, Bad Religion, Circle Jerks, Anti-Nowhere League, Cockspar, Misfits, The Clash, Bad Religion, The Exploited, Crass, shit. I'm like
You
fucking
said
the
Bad Religion
Ramones.
twice. Are those two different
Fucking
bands?
hell. No, it's the same.
What's your
Jesus.
favorite Bad Religion song?
I'm not a big Bad Religion fan, but this person is just saying I'm new to fucking
Music.
punk rock.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
those
so
are
it's
all
like,
like
well, all of them,
fairly
man.
popular punk rock.
Yeah, that's where you start. If
Yeah.
you're new to music and you want to listen to punk rock, start with what's popular.
Have you ever heard of a band
I mean, I
called,
avoided 90s pop. Reason.
Hella?
No. Oh, Leftover Crack. That's another one people should listen to. Or Choking Victim, the earlier band.
Let me put on some help.
Um,
Liz, good. They're an NorCal band, obviously.
I mean, I guess Rancid. Oh, Operation Ivy. Probably my favorite punk band is Operation Ivy. Like this, it's all your standard punk bands. Like you go to a punk show, you'll see all of these names on patches.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not blowing any minds here.
No.
Except Loris the Sprinkler. It's nerd punk. It's one of my favorites. It's like I guess the Dead Milkmen or what's I'm trying to think of other comparisons. Nerd punk is my favorite. Adam in His Package that's nerd punk. Where it's just like punk rock songs about Star Wars and shit.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Nerd
fun.
punk's great. Oh yeah, Adam in His Package is just one guy. He didn't have enough friends to start a band on his own, so it's just like one guy and a synthesizer. And he's like this real
Where
nerdy
are
guy.
you guys?
That is very punk.
Yeah, and he's from like Pittsburgh.
Where are you guys?
I went back to the arena at the OG base. Actually,
Someone's mad about Bad Religion. I mean, Bad Religion band, you just don't listen to it. But I liked American Jesus, that Bad Religion song.
Yeah. I like a 21st century
Digital Boy.
Digital Boy.
I loved NoFX. Bad Religion put out an album called Suffer, and it was like a picture of a guy on fire.
I had that one.
NoFX put out an album as well called Surfer, and it was the exact same album cover, but a surfer.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, NoFX probably has some of my favorite album names. Fucking Punkin' Drublick and Heavy
that's
Petting
great.
Zoo.
That's a good name.
Yeah, Heavy Petting Zoo is also wonderful.
Heavy Petting Zoo.
The album cover for that is exactly what...
Dave, where are you in game?
Oh, I'm mining right now. I'm just dicking around. Because I realized we were mostly just talking, so I was like, well, shit, I'll just go get some materials.
That is true.
But I can stop. I can stop mining anytime.
No, I have nothing. Do you like, Dave, do you like dystopic punk? Or do you like...
What define dystopian punk? Dystopic punk.
Like atonic or irregular structure of music, or do you like...
I mean, have you listened to Crass?
Yes, I have.
I love Crass. They're fucking hard to listen to.
Oh my god, that takes me back.
Yeah.
God, Crass.
Oh, I love them.
I gotta listen to it now.
Yeah, Crass is great. Fucking listen to
Well,
Asylum. Asylum is, I know it's not really a song, but it's one of my favorite fucking things in an album. And that, of course, that whole album is great. I saw Conflict live, which Conflict is Crass's band, the band they formed after Crass.
Oh, I don't know about...
Oh yeah, I got to see them in London. They were...
Forgive.
Shit, he forgive. For you,
Yeah,
Yuzu.
I remember this.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. That voice, by the way, the voice you're hearing, you know how when you have an animal and you give them a head?
What?
No.
You know when you have a pet and you give them their own little voice? Of like how they would
Oh,
talk?
okay. You cut off at a weird point, man.
Oh, okay.
She's so right. It happened to me too.
I was like,
It
wait.
sounded like, you know when you have a pet and you give them head?
I was like, okay, you cut off. Wait,
Oh.
what did you actually say, Dave?
In their head.
Yeah, well, you give them their own voice. Like, they have to have a voice, right?
Right.
Yeah, when you're blowing them.
Yeah, when you're
blowing your
blowing
pet.
animal. Oh, no.
Like, it cut off just like so.
Somebody clip that, for God's sake. What the hell? No, keep going.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It's not as good as blowing your pet. No, I was just saying that that song you're listening to, Abe. That's the voice I've given my cat. Like when I first got my cat.
Wait, Asylum?
Yeah, Asylum. That's how whenever if I give my cat a narrative, it's always in the voice of fucking
Jesus
Asylum.
Christ.
Yeah, just a terrifying British woman.
Jesus died for our sins.
Not mine. Oh, I love that opener.
Yeah, it's great.
Jesus
I-
died for his own sins, not mine.
Not mine. Yeah, it's
Ah.
fucking great. Oh man, I haven't listened to these albums for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no fable Christ. He hangs in glib delight upon his cross. Upon his cross. I love shit he forgives. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. Shit he forgives.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
I mean, I'm not like an atheist, I guess, or in the sense of that that song is like that
Right.
fucking. But I
You're
love
more-
songs like that, like fucking Leftover Crack has a song called Atheist Anthem, which is wonderful.
I don't know that band.
There's something really punk rock about lyrics like that, where it's fuck Christ, we're all gonna burn type of things.
Yeah. What is it? What's the line I like in this one? Your stupid humanity is the crown of thorn we all must wear.
And in that accent, man, it's
Yeah,
great.
that's.
I was gonna say, I'm like, is it just the
Yes.
accent that's making that sound cooler than?
It's part of it. It depends. It really with punk, like, yeah,
Because I'm trying to imagine if just some regular person was saying that, I'd be like, okay.
yeah. You'd be like,
But-
shut up.
All right, fine.
But like with the accent, it's just like, oh, that sounds kind of deep.
Yeah.
I don't think it's depth that makes it work, to be honest.
It just sounds good coming out
It
of
just
the
sounds
British
good.
mouth.
Yeah.
It's the same of like listening to Black Flag. They have songs about just getting drunk,
Yeah.
but it sounds great coming out of like Henry Rollins.
Do you know Hot Snakes?
No.
You gotta listen to Hot Snakes, man.
Hot Snakes?
Look them up.
I will.
What's a good song? What's my favorite? Creative Control or they were a weird one because they're a punk band that was on Sub Pop, which is like a weird thing. Audit in Progress is pretty good.
You should definitely check out Adam and His Package. It's like shit, who am I thinking of? They do the song "Your Racist Friend."
That's the Giants.
They Might Be Giants. He's like They Might Be Giants, only he doesn't have enough friends to be a whole band. It's very similar.
Yeah, check out the album Audit in Progress by Hot Snakes and tell me what you think.
Ween's got some good punk songs.
Like which ones?
I'm just trying to think of. This guy was not a punk song.
Oh, and for the people new to music, also check out Guar. You gotta check out Guar.
Oh
Oh,
god.
Guar. Guar's
They're
standard.
not punk, but you gotta check them out.
Yeah, Guar's.
Mm.
Have you,
Guar's,
Dave, have you ever
Guar's
been to a
definitely some
live-
white people shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It like there's no around that. It's just like, yep, that's you guys.
Actually, I guess I just sort of view Ween as their approach, not because of like the music they play.
View who?
Ween.
Oh yeah, Ween is good.
Ween's fine.
They're fine.
I like
They're
Ween.
fine. They have like a. They're not one-hit wonders, but they're somewhere in between that and a really good band. I don't know. They have a few hits, right? Like, what's Ween's most popular song?
Probably Teenage Dirtbag.
Teenage
right?
Birthday. Yeah.
Oh, I like that song. I know that.
Yeah.
You finally said something. I'm like, oh, I know it.
Mhm. Oh, and Body Count. Everybody listen to Body Count. Holy shit.
Band or
Yeah.
Ween single?
No, Body Count the band. That's one of the greatest '90s punk bands as well. I'm going through a list in my head. Oh yeah, chat agrees. Fucking Body Count, Cop Killer. That's one of the most punk rock songs ever.
Cop Killer.
They got fucking yeah. They don't. It's not on the album. I mean, they had to take it off the album.
The first hit is the Ice-T song, Cop Killer. I realized.
The what?
Ice-T has a song called Cop Killer.
No, that's Body Count. Ice-T has a punk thing.
Oh!
Yeah,
There it
Ice-T
is.
created Body Count as like a rock band. They did a song with Motorhead for the Airheads soundtrack called Born to Raise Hell.
Oh!
It was delightful.
That's new information to me. That changes so many things.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, it's definitely the album is still good without Cop Killer. But yeah, that's all you can find on iTunes. They had a new album out fairly started to listen to it. It was good.
I didn't know this existed.
Oh yeah. Oh, also shit. Why can't I think what their name is? I'm just looking now at my. Oh yeah, Against Me. People should listen to Against Me.
I am in between. I
Oh,
don't
really?
love Against Me. Yeah.
Their new album now, because
Really?
lead singer's trans, and that from a punk rock perspective, something I hadn't heard before.
I mean,
and it was really, it's like, it was just really, it was. I thought it was really.
You cut out. What'd you say?
I just thought it was a really solid album, their new album. But it was interesting getting that perspective. They're really good live. I saw them live once.
I just like a lot of like EDM garbage music.
what else have I been listening to? I showed you, Cody, the Ted Leo song, right?
Yeah,
That's a good track, right?
it's good. It is good.
It's called Where Have All the Rudes Gone by Ted Leo and the Pharmacist.
It's a really good song.
The riff is fucking killer.
Love me some good riffs like that. Is that Unconventional Wisdom by Built to Spill?
Oh my god. Built to Spill, get out of here.
Get out. That riff. I gotta take my dog out, and then I think be logged off and do works.
Yeah.
Wait, so you bailing?
Yeah, I gotta go.
And then, so let's just end stream, guys.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I was gonna go
Oh.
at midnight.
Are you gonna end stream and like stop talking or like?
No, I'll stay on.
Because I was
I'm
gonna say,
all-
I'm like, I have.
Great.
You're gonna hear the audio on my stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want... We can stick on the Discord if you want to.
That's what I mean. Like, if you guys stay on the Discord, they'll hear you. Because I'm.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I just am done with Minecraft. I did everything I wanted to do to was burn an effigy of Dave.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
It
What's
was
that
beautiful.
rail? Drop those chickens.
Yeah, drop those
Did
chickens.
it all.
And those chickens did not die. We had to murder them slowly one by one.
Yeah, they were a real pest.
Yeah. Now
We gotta do maybe goats or sheep.
I think
There's
cows are the
goats?
answer.
Or sheep or whatever. We should kill.
Yeah, we got sheep.
Or villagers.
That would
No,
look
that's what the
really-
sheep's for.
We should, do sheep with like different dyes, and then it'll be very colorful, and they'll actually fall and die.
All right, I'm gonna end stream, but
I'm gonna end stream as well.
take like a 2-minute break.
Cool.
Be back on the Discord.
Yeah, I might be back on the Discord, but I got this staring at,
Alright.
so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you do you.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
I've stopped my stream. I am going to Minecraft a little longer.
Yeah, I'm fine Minecraft in a little bit longer. I just didn't want to. I'm getting
Yeah,
tired.
well,
of-
we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
I really want to do like playthroughs, but I don't want to talk during them, and I don't know if that's
Yep.
No,
if that has any value, or it's like I
yeah,
just
no,
wanna
you definitely
silently
have
play
to
a
talk
game.
through them.
I
Yeah.
had the same thing with I started to play Secret of Mana, and then I just got really into the game, and like halfway through I was like, so the first half I was doing like jokes for an hour, and
Yeah,
then the second hour I realized I was just like, fuck jokes, I want to play Secret of Mana.
yeah. I think it works like like I was thinking if I streamed Alien Isolation, I would have liked that. It would have like helped.
Ooh.
It's such a good game, but it's so fucking freaky.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
probably
would've wanted
I love
to talk.
horror
it just
games.
depends on the game you're
Yeah.
playing, like how that would
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, I think horror games are the best to stream.
Yeah, like me and Tom are talking about we're probably gonna co-op and do a playthrough of Far Cry 5, but that's one of those games where I'm like, I kind of want to like be boring in that game, like and
Yeah.
just snipe and like learn and like enjoy the game for what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a few games that I'll do. Ooh.
But yeah, Alien Isolation would be fun. Unfortunately, that's not 2-player.
You guys should do Kingdom Hearts.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts.
That's why you
I've
should
played
do it.
I've played it several times.
It sounds good.
It's the
I
I'd
really
say-
like it, but at the same time, as I'm playing it, I get why it's a wild game. Like it's just bonkers. It really
No,
is. But I
For
like
action
it.
RPGs, they perfected button mashing. Like that game
Yeah.
is so button mashing. It's so satisfying every time. That game rules for that.
But like story wise, I mean, I was watching my friend Steve play because he'd never played it. And he's a big Disney fan, but he's not into anime. And so watching him play through it, I realized how it's weird to say. I realized how anime it is because I was getting his perspective on how weird it is, and I'm like, oh yeah, these are tropes that I'm used to because I watch this genre
like-
a lot.
Riku, Kairi,
Like-
and Sora bits
Yeah,
are all
there's-
just straight out of an anime.
Oh yeah, and you're just like, oh, and that final boss, like I watched him beat the final boss last night, and I'm like, this final boss is insane. Like visually, I'm like, this is pure anime.
And yeah, that's why I don't find the story particularly interesting.
See, I like it because of the story. It wasn't necessarily the gameplay. Although the gameplay helped because it was better than a traditional
Oh,
RPG turn-based.
Name
you know.
one other that's even in the same category. They
Exactly.
fucking- but no, man, you can't get me on board with the story. The story sucks.
I like the story a lot.
That's fair. That's fair.
At least for Kingdom Hearts, the first one, to me, even though it's weird, I thought like before it got like really like they really took the concept way too far. But that base concept I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I thought the idea of like uniting all the worlds.
Yeah, it's it's
That also-
exploring the multiverse. You know, I'm like, hell
But
yeah.
that's true with any bad stories. The best version is the first one.
Well, yeah, because then they were like,
It
well,
falls
how do we
apart
make more of
later.
this? And you're like, no, guys, what are you?
What I don't
What
care
happened?
about is when they're like, well, Sora's shadow is named Shadow. Shadow. And I'm like, alright. You lost me.
Yeah, there's like how many different parts of him is an actual character now?
Yeah, like so there's hearts and hearts are
There's
souls.
hearts, there's
I guess.
nobodies, heartless,
Right, it's like,
and there's something else, I think.
but I do love the Jack Skellington level. The
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh god, that thing is a work of art.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it's essentially the concept is something's happening to all the Disney worlds. They're disappearing from the universe because some evil's going around, and you play the character that's going around interrupting all the Disney movies to stop whatever it is that's destroying the worlds.
Sorry, I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
It's okay.
That does sound pretty neat.
Like, that's a base level, but it's way more bonkers than that. But, like,
Right.
the simplest way to describe it. Which is
The
just,
idea that you're
it's fun.
disrupting
Yeah.
Disney movies.
You disrupt Disney movies, which, like, that's so cool to me. What? Platypus, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna have Tangle? That's amazing.
What? Say it again?
The third installation of Kingdom Hearts will have the world of Tangled in it.
Oh, cool.
Because depending on the world you go into, sometimes, like for example, when the main characters, it's you, Sora, and then you play with Donald and Goofy, and depending on the world you interrupt, in order to blend in, you look like the character, like they like change the skins to make them look like they fit into that world. So like when they go to Nightmare Before Christmas Land, they look like Donald and Goofy look like creepy monster people, but they still look like Donald and Goofy. When they go to the Little Mermaid, like Donald's like a half duck, half octopus, and Goofy's a turtle.
So they need to do a new one with like the Simpsons in it.
Well, Simpsons isn't owned by Disney. In the second one, there is a Tron world, though.
But it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, they're not going to do that.
They just bought 20th Century Fox.
Oh,
remember?
well, that's true. But they're not going to.
And
They're not
that
going to
means
put Simpsons in it.
They also own fucking Alien. There was a few memes going around. I remember when they bought it. That was like new Disney princess. It was the Queen Alien.
Oh, that'd be great. Honestly,
Yeah.
Alien would fit in Kingdom Hearts. Simpsons not so much. Although Simpsons maybe. You know what? Yeah, I could. Yeah. Never mind. I'm on board. I want it all. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, then you do go to Tron.
Oh, that's great.
It's real weird.
Yeah, it's got to be. Fucking Tron. Stupid Tron.
Yeah, you have to defeat. What's the name of the main computer in Tron? Not Tron, but like the
It's Flynn. I think it's named after Flynn. Well, which? Oh no, it depends on if it's Tron 1 or 2. I forget what it is in Tron 1.
Control? Is it Control?
Control. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's it. If there's a chat.
They're the ones who said Control.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you go through and have to help fix the computer in free Tron.
So it's not the second Tron.
No, it's the first one.
Okay.
I'm trying to imagine what the heck Sora, Donald, and Goofy would do in a Simpsons world.
Making them look all Simpsons would be fun.
Yeah, making them look like Simpsons, and also just trying to figure out what, you know what I mean? Like what their mission in that particular world would be. Like, so imagine the Simpsons world is being overrun by little like demon creatures that are like stealing people's hearts and turning them into other little creatures, like little zombie creature people.
Right.
What is that Simpsons episode for that to be happening? And
Wouldn't that just be the episode?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The
Like,
town is overrun?
what would they be doing? Where would people go? Like, who, because you only team up with one character, you don't team up with, like, a whole group. So, like, who of the Simpsons group would... You think Homer would be that proactive?
I would say, if this was the 90s... Wait. Who would you team up to help save the day?
Yeah, like, essentially, would Homer replace Donald, who's, like, magic, or would Homer replace Goofy, who's kind of, like, defense? Like, if you have to put a Simpsons character in your party.
Defense. Goofy.
Okay, so then, I can see Homer.
That said, if we're talking about, like, classic... Because classic 90s Simpsons, Bart was the main character in any video game.
Right.
So Bart would replace... he would not replace Goofy. He'd replace the other one. The magic... Instead of magic, it would be pranks.
It would be pranks, but it'd still be considered magic. Like, everybody's magic.
Right.
Huh. I'm trying to think now, like, what the... Because they would ride on skateboards.
Yeah, Bart's a better
Burns would definitely be, like, the villain. Because in Kingdom Hearts, all the villains from all the Disney movies teamed up.
Oh, yeah, you'd want to do Burns.
So it would be Burns trying to control
a level,
the Heartless.
Maybe a power plant level.
Oh, yeah. The key... Here's the thing. It's called Kingdom Hearts because, like, the main character also...
Because what?
It's called Kingdom Hearts because the main character, like, his main weapon's in a big old key. Right. And in order to kind of essentially, like, protect the Disney world from disappearing, essentially, he has to lock... There's, like, a giant, like, magical, like, keyhole that he has to find, and when you finish the level, you lock it, so it kind of, like, secures the world. So, and it's in different locations and all that stuff, like significant to the movie kind of thing. Like, in Little Mermaid, the keyhole is in Ariel's grotto.
Right.
You know, stuff like that. So, in The Simpsons, yeah, I could see it being in the power plant or probably at the bar, at Moe's bar.
Yeah. I can see Maggie having something to do.
Oh, you could probably summon Maggie. There's certain characters that you don't go to their world, but you, like, could summon them to help you. So I could see Maggie being summoned. Or actually, no, Lisa I'd see would be summoned more.
Right. Maggie's sort of an antagonist.
Yeah.
She's done some fucked up shit.
Man, now I kind of want to draw... Damn it, I have all the ideas, and it literally, I have no time, because... You know what I mean? Like, the ideas take up time to do, because I'm like, man, I would like to do, like, a Simpsons fan art, like, Kingdom Hearts thing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Damn. Somebody surely has, right? Somebody must have. Let me Google that real quick.
Some fucking weirdo.
Yeah, like, that can't... Kingdom Hearts Simpsons. Oh, yeah.
Well.
Yeah. If you Google... Oh, man, there's some good stuff. If you Google Kingdom Hearts Simpsons, somebody made a beautiful, like, mosaic image of Homer eating a donut. It's actually quite beautiful.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Dave, do you remember what the movie I was going to watch at the end of stream was going to be? Remember we were talking about movies and there I was like, I want to watch that movie at the end.
Howard
Coco?
the Duck.
No.
Was it Coco?
Howard the Duck.
No, I've seen Coco. And it's not Howard the Duck, so you're not helpful.
Yeah, that's Abe in voice chat.
Damn.
It was... Shit, what was that movie?
Yeah, I can't remember it.
Um,
It's fine. Everything's fine.
we can get this, you guys. We can get this.
Yeah. It was a movie you hadn't seen before.
Steel? It was something like Steel or
Yeah, it was
Speed
during
2.
that conversation. It wasn't steel. It wasn't real steel. Ooh.
Speed 2, The Phantom.
Ooh. Okay.
The Shadow.
Yep.
There it is.
The Shadow.
I'm gonna download The Shadow. Excuse me while I download The Shadow.
I started watching The Good Place. I really liked it.
The first season is exceptional.
Like, it's one of those shows, like, I know the spoiler for it. And it's a mix of, like, oh, I wish I could erase that from my brain. So I
do not know the spoiler.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's the spoiler.
Yeah.
I wish I could erase it from my brain. But if I didn't know the spoiler, I probably wouldn't have ever watched the show. Because I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But I started watching it. It's really like weird and quirky, and I like it.
What's it called?
The Good Place.
Oh, I feel like my parents told me about it.
It's a sitcom. The first season's on Netflix.
The creator of it is the creator of 30 Rock.
Oh.
It's very
And
it's very surreal.
Kristen Bell, Ted Danson. But they're actually not the best part of it.
Ted Danson rarely is the best part of things.
I mean, he's actually
He's not bad. I'm not going to
the
pretend.
best moment in the entire series is Ted Danson's moment. But it's a spoiler if I tell you. But he does a laugh that is the most fantastic laugh that has ever been recorded by the history of cinema. Do you know what I'm talking about, sir? Or have you gotten?
I haven't got. I'm only 2 episodes in.
Oh.
But I know. But again, I know.
Stop talking.
Again, I know this. I know the spoiler, so I'm like waiting.
You'll know it when you hear it.
Okay.
He is so good.
Okay.
When that happens.
Okay.
Transformative. It's amazing. But what's the guy who loves Blake Bortles?
I don't know if I got to that yet.
Okay.
Right now, I just have it's Chidi, Janet, Kristen Bell because I don't remember her name, Eleanor, and
Eleanor.
Is it Tahini?
That's what I want to.
Something like that, and then like the guy who doesn't talk.
Yeah, John Yu. He is the best part of the series.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'm enjoying like the character build-ups right now.
Yeah, like Chidi and Eleanor are like they're the Liz Lemon and the Baldwin.
Yeah.
Like they what makes the series work, but Jian Yu is like the Tracy Morgan.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully that doesn't spoil it. Janet's also fucking hilarious. Janet is so good.
I like Janet a lot.
And Tahini is alright, but I don't think that the actress has the comedic chops to make. Like, she's good.
Oh, now that you're comparing it to 30 Rock, she's what's her face? The blonde lady in 30 Rock.
Jan Krakowski.
Yeah. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, it's totally a mockery of it.
Dave, do you know the concept at all?
No.
I could give you like the log line of like the first episode essentially, which is
I actually have it up because I was looking for the cast.
Oh, the log line? Yeah, go ahead and say the log line because that's not spoilery.
When Eleanor Shellstrop finds herself in the afterlife, she's both relieved and surprised that she's made it to the good place. But it doesn't take long for Eleanor to realize she's there by mistake. She hides in plain sight from the Good Place's architect, Michael, Ted Hansen, and his all-knowing assistant, Janet, who's like the galactic Ansible, or like Star Trek onboard computer.
Mhm.
Her seemingly perfect neighbors, Tahini and Janu, our open-hearted soulmate, Chidi, help her realize that it's never too late. With the help of new friends and a few enemies, Eleanor becomes determined to shed her old way of life in hopes for discovering a new one in the afterlife. That's the logline.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's all about everyone's dead. And it's all about heaven.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, like.
Yeah, as soon as you're on board with that, it's like, oh, you're off to the races.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about season 2, and I think season 3, or maybe it's just season 2 at this point.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 seasons.
Yeah, because yeah, that's right. Because it's NBC, right?
I guess.
Yeah, it's NBC, so they have like 24 or like season 1 is no, the 14 episodes each season. Wow, I thought there was more.
Yeah, it was between me. Like today, it was like I wanted to start a show, and it was either gonna be this or The Good Place or This Is Us. Because I've been told both of those are very, very good shows, but The Good Place had, it was shorter episodes. And apparently, if I watch This Is Us, I'm gonna cry all the time. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to cry all the time.
I haven't seen an episode of that show.
I
hate the ads.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
made me not want to watch it. It was just like, this looks real cheesy. But I've only heard really good things about it, so I'm like, okay. I also need to watch Rise because my friend wrote on that, and I want her to keep working. So.
What's Rise about?
It's about teen musicians, I think.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's one of those shows.
Motherfucker.
No, I'm sure it's good. I'm just saying, team musician.
Dave, you motherfucker.
Super
What?
stardom, all that stuff.
You close me into and I don't have anything on me, so I have to slowly. Did you cover me in obsidian?
No,
Oh my god, you bastard.
I didn't. There was already obsidian there.
You fucking bastard.
You got.
See, it's taken me
Some
forever.
options. You'll be fine.
I know, Dave.
You'll get there.
I burned your effigy, Dave. I'm still the winner.
I still think that effigy, like, that's, honestly, I think that's so touching.
It's touching.
Like, I'm just generally, I was so, like, moved. I was just like, oh my god. Like, Abe really knows Dave as a friend, because anybody else would be like, take that almost threatening, or, like, it would be mean. But I'm like, but no, I was like, Dave's gonna love that. Dave, like...
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Dave did.
As I was telling people on stream, we're like kindred spirits.
It's true.
We're both like there's a little bit of troll in both of us. you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was an idiot and did not stream it.
What?
Such an idiot.
For not
I
building it?
played because I don't like to stream solo because I'm terrified of having to sustain that.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I don't always do it, but I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online, and they have, and Dave, you and I should play because there is a
Oh god, yeah.
there's a server called 5M, which is roleplay servers. So everyone there, like, they play as a cop or a criminal.
Oh man.
and it is so much fucking fun.
Yeah, they played because you can get masks,
Yeah, totally.
and I
you
just
get-
wore a
you have to
mask
buy
and
guns.
underwear, just mask and underwear,
Yeah.
and just followed people around.
Are you kidding me? That's exactly what I was just gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
That story. I basically found one person and it followed them,
Yeah.
where I just slowly walked towards them,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was just like, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like,
That's how you gotta play the game.
and god damn it was funny because they freaked out and then they got like cool with it, and then like over time like they drove away in a car and I found them again, and
Oh yes.
and they like turned around and they looked at me and they were like, "Who is that?" And then they were like dealing with their other, like the group they were, and then the guy turned around and he was like stared at me for like a half second and he was like, "God damn it." And I was like
It's so much fun.
like I was the It Follows monster if the It Follows monster is always really tired because they have to play catch up.
See, Abe,
And
like
then-
if you stream that stuff, you don't necessarily have to hold like just do that. People watching will pick up on what you're doing.
I know, but I don't know if it's like
Like
that
you don't have to
turned out
entertain
well.
anybody but yourself.
I know. You're right. But I want it to be the most entertaining. It's like D&D. I want to choose a character like Arms McElbows, who is a just like a bag of cats, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I want, because that's what I think is entertaining for the populace. If I'm just playing to play, it's 25% of the time it's gonna be amazing. 75% of the time it's gonna be, right?
Well, that's why, like, that's Daniel from SL. He edits everything after.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
But you watch his streams. Like I watch his streams, knowing like, oh, okay, I don't have to pay full attention to this because it's not all gonna be gold.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I mean,
no,
that would be
it's,
the way to do it. Is just you have it, you do the thing, and then afterward, if you want like a more concise thing, you like edit and put it up on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are right about that.
Yeah, I was thinking of making like a Chad montage at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of did like this. You're starting to. You guys are so much better than we are at developing memes.
At what?
Developing memes. Like
Oh,
the
yeah, well,
Sheev
They
or Mystery
did that.
Anime.
I feel like they did that for us too, the chat.
Right, but we have 0 emotes. I've been
Yeah, you
waiting
need to
for-
make those.
No, but I've been waiting for the perfect emote. That's why.
Well,
Look
I mean,
like,
right now you guys need to make. I think you need to make emotes based on like you need to put a Cookie Monster emote and you need to put a Dave Face emote.
Yeah.
Those are
maybe.
2 really good emotes.
Yeah, you're right about that. I just want it. I always want it to be perfect, so, and I know it never will
But that's
be.
the thing, you could always change them out, and you could always add different kinds of emotes and switch them up, and, you know, like, there's not like there's a limited amount of emotes.
Do you have emotes, Star?
Nope, not yet, because again, same thing, I don't have particular
You're not-
memes yet,
Okay.
but I'm waiting for it. And technically, I mean, I could just make, like, some Kingdom Hearts ones and probably put those up, because that's kind of the other thing I've been streaming the most. But it's not, you know, anything...
Sorry.
I love Noah so much.
Tom sent me the new podcast, and it's the best thing I've seen in a really long time.
Wait, which podcast?
Snack?
We're doing a podcast is your own misadventure, and we got Katie Willard, Katie Golden, Christian, Jane, and me and Tom, and we probably will switch people in and out to basically do Legacy of Dragonholt, which is choose your own adventure game.
Mhm.
It's like a role playing game where we could create characters and stuff.
How long is the podcast?
The first episode's an hour and a half, but they're mostly going to probably be like between 30 minutes and an hour. They're going to be
Gotcha.
smaller. But he just it's coming out Wednesday. It's so funny. Fucking Katie Golden steals the entire show.
Is it?
Oh, that's your Garfield.
She's doing her Garfield bit.
Yeah, she's doing her Garfield, and it's so good. It's a swole Garfield.
No,
That's just
great.
becomes terrifying. It's but the the cover, I guess I can spoil it because you sort of have to as much. It's a fucking, it looks in the style of an old choose your own adventure book, and it says choose your own misadventure, and the only thing on the picture is a hot air balloon on fire. There's something so perfect about
Oh, that's
that.
great.
Hot air balloon on fire, yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I should guest on that at some point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Katie Stoll is gonna be on it too. She couldn't be on the first one, but
Right,
we realized it's so casual that we realized like, oh yeah, people can jump in if they need to. Because
I also have I've been working on voices.
oh no, well,
Characters.
here's the thing. It's not. That's the thing. That's why it's like. I mean, you'll be great on it, but what? It's different than role playing game. That's what we found out, which is why you can take people in and out. Because since it's choose your own adventure, there's not as much character stuff and not as much control.
I literally have a document that has 8 characters that I want to do at one point.
I mean, you can absolutely do a character.
For example, I want to do a character that's called Gronto. And he's an Eastern European man who doesn't know about science and technology, but acts like he does. Quote, I once created a video game with my arms, thistle, and wheat. He's a conspiracy theorist, so he always constantly is talking about Benghazi, 9/11, JFK assassination.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And he in general just wants less computers. And a return to pen and paper and stuff.
Sure.
It's just a weird character that I thought of. I also have Fatio, who's a horticulturist, as you'd expect, who hates social media but loves skateboarding and ziplining. He only eats bread, and that's all I have for him. But it's just stupid little bits. It doesn't make sense. But that's what I love about role playing is that you choose two things. All right, so find a voice and the fact that the person likes ziplining, and everything will just fall into place. The fact that you, I can't describe to you how I got from they hate social media and they love skateboarding, and they only eat bread. I don't know how, but it was just doing my voice and doing the voice in at the computer while I was playing Arma 3, and I was just I decided randomly that someone asked me so what's your favorite meal, and I'm like, bread.
Oh, you were playing Arma 3?
Yeah, I was playing Arma 3 because I'm a cop in Arma 3.
The Daniel videos of that, right?
No, Daniel, that isn't he Hurt World, or
he what?
Isn't he Hurt World? Isn't that the game he plays?
I thought he does Arma. He does a bunch, but he does DayZ.
It's been a while since I've watched his streams.
Oh, okay. It's just I saw him. He did one where he shot a guy in the street. It was a long stream. It wasn't a an edited one.
Right.
So he took a guy. He gave a guy a cab ride, and then the guy was sort of
okay.
didn't really need him anymore, so he just shot him in the face.
Right.
And then he walked to the police station and reported a murder, and just described everything he did. And the cop is just can you describe him? And he just keeps doing the third person view and describing himself. And then the cop gives him a reward.
That's so perfect. Yeah. That's so perfect. Oh my god.
So great.
Fuck yeah, dude. That guy's a genius.
He really is.
He's I want to say he's like it's almost like Borat, right?
Yeah.
Or like a Sacha Baron Cohen deal.
Yeah, like he's doing a character.
He's doing a character, but it's like the trolling isn't that he's funny. It's that he is so good at making the people's reactions so funny.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the key. Is that you're just a character who's just involved.
Right.
The best part of it is that people are like, why are you doing this?
Oh, yeah. There's one. There's a DayZ one where he keeps bringing people into a room and just murdering them and chopping up their meat and leaving the meat and opening the door.
I've seen that one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it's like ones where friends are just watching it happen, and then he'll open the door like, "Hey, come in here," and they're just like, I think I'm good out here." Like, there's just meat everywhere.
I gotta send you both. There's a guy so before Daniel from SL, because that comes from Second Life. That's what SL is, right?
Yeah.
He and this other guy imploded that game to the point that no one could play it anymore. Not because they meant to. They did not see how they were gonna be that big. You know, just like anyone who makes a video is like, oh shit, this got out of hand. The reason that it imploded is that there were so many. It got so popular that people just started mimicking them, like usually gamers are, because they replace genuine. Not all gamers, but like there's a lot of gamers who are just like, I'm gonna do the voice that guy does, and I'm gonna do the same game he does, and I'm not as good at it, but that's I enjoy it so much I'm gonna mimic it.
Mm-hmm.
And Second Life died in like 2011 because these two guys were so good at comedy that everyone wanted to do what they did.
Oh,
and
shit.
so it was Daniel from SL, and the other guy is Charlie Winsmore. And that guy is the most underrated comedian of our fucking generation. That guy's so
Those are big
fucking
words,
funny.
Abe.
I know. I've been watching him for like 4 years. And he stopped doing it because he felt really bad about like how he fucked over a game. So he doesn't do it anymore. Daniel from SL still does it.
Well, he doesn't do Second Life, and when
he doesn't do Second Life.
People ask him, "Will you do just Second Life?" and he's just like, "No, that's
no, it's done."
not doing that anymore."
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's done.
anytime I arrive, people know who I am, and the game. Charlie Winsmore was even bigger than Daniel from SL was.
I'm sure.
He was the first guy to do it, and he has these YouTube videos called Home Invasions. That is so fucking funny. I can't even tell you. Like he basically what it is he walks in. Like everyone at this point in Second Life was like they're usually like the best version of themselves or like what they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's like these enormous humans with like huge muscles or like tight bodies and stuff, even if they're not that. And Charlie Winsmore was this short dude with like elf ears. And he was like the exact opposite of literally everyone in the.
So he was just like, I'm gonna be my ideal self, and my ideal self is this short guy with elf ears.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Fuck it.
So everyone's like, "Why are you like that?" And what's amazing though is that he did these home invasions where he would just walk into a room, like a house that someone owned and paid money for in game, just to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to, like own a house, you know. And he would just be like, "This is my house now," and they'd be like, "No, it's my house. My name is on the will and everything. Like, I'm fucking own this house." And he's like, "It will be good to be your roommate," kind of stuff. Like he just transplants himself in there. And one time he joined a server that is just full of furries.
Oh god.
And he mistakenly, like, it's almost like I've never seen like a comedian like in a stand-up you do like a prescribed act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even in a sketch. This guy, you can actually hear him learn things about furries
As he went along.
as he was doing the joke. And what it was is that he was just like, oh shit, this is like a really important to these people. And it's like really kind of beautiful and honest and like an in-depth thing about fetishism.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so basically what this setup is that there's two foxes on a bed that are just fucking, right?
Sure.
And then there's
You're going from like, this is like really beautiful and like you're learning something to genocide.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know. It's getting there. And then basically what there is so there's two like foxes fucking, and there's a third dude who is like huge. Like in game, if you were to take like he's 6'8", a wolf, and like just ripped to the core. He's like The Rock, you know, like Dwayne Johnson level, like yoked. And he's just watching, and so imagine this little tiny elf man walks in and is like, what is happening? And everyone's like, oh, this is just what we do. And he's just like, wow, I've never seen this before. And he like learns about furryism like for the first time, and he's shocked by it, but he's also very, very intrigued.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is he decides while they're fucking, he's just going to stand on the people having sex.
Mm-hmm.
And then he then starts this enormous bit about how he is essentially the Neil Armstrong of people fucking, because he's the first man to walk on two people fucking. And then this third dude is where it really blows up. This wolf character is like this super deep voice guy who's just like, what the fuck do you look like an elf? You know, kind of like taking himself seriously, like he's being a wolf, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's just like, why don't you go back to Gryffindor? Like as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And this little tiny elf guy stands up right next to him. He's like, what the fuck did you just say? I will fight you right now. And like everyone in the room just loses it immediately. It's just, it's just the idea that like, if you are to believe that, like, take something that someone seriously loves and don't shit on it. Take something someone really does do because they have a 9-to-5 or whatever, and they just want to escape and play in their world, but just bring them a little bit of happiness by not fucking with their system, playing within their system.
Yeah, play within the system.
But just, like, tweak it a little bit so that it's just like, I am the one who's the silly one, you are the silly one.
Yeah,
that's where the beauty comes from.
It's a different kind of trolling where you're not making fun of what they're doing. You're just being weird and disruptive, but not in a mocking way.
You don't want to disrupt these people's lives. This is important to them, you know?
Well, he's kind of disruptive if he's like literally interrupting like people fucking.
Yeah, he walks in like there's a vampire den where everyone is like gothic and like, I am Maestro, the vampire, you know, and like that's what they want to be. That's fine. Weird, fine.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hello, Maestro. I'm Esteban. And I have no clue what a vampire. You know, just like these, like he just opens these dialogues that people want to talk to him, but they don't understand him, as opposed to poking fun at the individual who is just trying to immerse themselves in the world. And that's what I find beautiful, going back to the original thing, Star. Like, when you control on that level, it's not really trolling in the way that we've adopted
that's a different
that word.
Yeah, that's a different.
It's almost like.
I mean, it's similar to how you guys like troll each other. Like that's
Yeah.
I'm like, it sounds like how Dave plays Minecraft, where everyone's just like, God damn it, Dave, but at the same time, like, but we accept
why
Dave.
are you digging holes all the time?
Yeah, but
What's
you just
why
accept
are you a hole
it.
man? And why
like,
am I a
Dave,
cookie
stop
monster?
taking her shit, and then it's just like, but it's okay because it's Dave.
Yeah, there's a beauty to it, and it's my favorite part of gaming.
Like, I literally, like, I was eating my dinner and watching Dave bury me alive. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess this is happening now.
No, yeah, he did that to me too, just now. And then he pushed me slowly, and I actually helped him, like I was.
Oh no, I helped. That's the thing. I helped too. There were certain parts where, like, I was stuck, and I was like, I'll just move the thing a little bit.
But that kind of ruins it. We're like ruining it.
Well, I wanted to see what he was gonna do. I was like, oh, but almost in a way, I was kind of honored because Dave usually doesn't mess with me.
Well, you're new. You're new at the game, but you've figured out the game enough.
But you figured it out, yeah. And
I mean, I would have been lost in there forever if Cody hadn't come in. Like, I was like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing.
Dave, if you want to download Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'll show you how to jump into the roleplay servers. It's some of the most engaging. It's like perfectly what we want.
For PC or
I would
for
like to watch
for
that.
PC. It's got to be for PC because that's how you get access to the unique servers because they get to set up like you can't buy guns in one server or the second that you hit someone, the cops are notified.
Oh wow.
And then there's other servers that are like free for all. It's got all types, and you just log into one, and then you get whitelisted on Twitch streamer servers, where everyone essentially is a Twitch streamer, and that also really helps your view count because you are literally playing with very popular, and that's what I've been starting to do, but I'm terrified to stream it.
Can you play it on Mac, or is it just PC?
No, it's just PC, unfortunately.
Oh.
Or at least the roleplay servers, as far as I know, are on PC.
Dang, because a part of me is just like, man, that kind of sounds intriguing, because I'm sure there's got to be, like, a server where people are trying to be honest.
Yo, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's what I always wanted to play.
There is some amazing servers that I'm like, I have no interest in being a part of because they have their own thing going, but they're like legitimate ex-cops who play as cops.
Weird.
And they know all the codes, and they're like, I have a 1040 on, and I'm in root in progress, and like
checking.
Hey! Noah,
your voice is on my stream, by the way, just as so you know.
Star, you should warn me of that kind of shit because I'm gonna talk about terrible things.
That's exactly why I just warned you about that shit.
Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. I told you Star's stream.
Do I sound like a robot? Am I roboting?
No,
you
sound
sound fine.
Beautiful.
I say, as far as disrupting games, there's a guy named Tim Couch, who.
Tim Couch. Yeah, I know him.
About Second Life, and I am in his book as far as disrupting game universes.
What do you roleplay as?
Completely ruined EverQuest 2. EverQuest 2.
Well, yeah, I knew that, but I think.
They don't know that. So
tell the story, man. It's a fucking great story.
Well, tell the story is that like I started playing. This guy was a cultist as a child. His name was Tim Couch, and he ended up growing up, and he got involved in Second Life because I heard you guys talking about Second Life, and then he started just being very interested in game economies. I completely destroyed EverQuest 2's economy. I figured out an exploit to duplicate game to make multiple amounts of platinum.
And create a body, right?
Basically, like me and a few friends crashed the entire economy of EverQuest 2 right when it came out.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
And I made $100,000 within a year. With less than a year, 2 months. 2 months. So 2 months I made $100,000 real money.
What?
Ripping off EverQuest 2. Yeah.
Wow.
And completely destroyed it. I'm in American Scientist, or what is it? American Scientist magazine or New Scientist?
New Scientist is amazing.
New Scientist magazine. There's an article written about me, written by Tim. Tim ended up committing suicide, which sucks. He was great.
Wait,
great journalist.
what?
He ended up killing himself. And but either way, I ripped off this game and I made like $100,000 in about 2 months and completely ruined EverQuest 2 as a game because I destroyed their economy. I made the inflation rate went from like 1 copper equals coppers equals 1 silver, 100 silvers equals 1 gold, 100 gold equals 1 platinum. When people in the game, when it first started out, when it went into people are actually allowed to play this game, you know, they were collecting coppers. And within like 2 weeks, I had like 100 platinum. And I just completely destroyed the economy. I ruined it. And I sold it for a bunch of money and destroyed the game. And Sony, this is what's interesting. And I'll tell you this, guys. Like games didn't used to be pay to play. Probably old enough to understand that, but like it didn't used to be you could buy the gold on these MMORPGs. You couldn't just go buy gold. There wasn't stores like that. But EverQuest 2 is one of the first examples of building a store to go buy gold, because they used to do it through eBay, and eBay banned it, where you could go into the game and do a transaction of like, give me $1,000, I'll meet you in the game in Goblin Town, and I'll hand you 10 platinum, and then it'll all work out. And then you could go complain to eBay afterwards and be like, he never met me in Goblin Town. I never got my money. And they'd be like, eBay was basically like, fuck you. Like, we don't have any record of any of this. This is all bullshit. Right. So that's why games started selling currency themselves, is basically because of me. And I apologize for that. And I ruined games.
Wow.
Ruined games.
Forever.
But hold on. You left out the best part, which is that you sold your exploit to a Korean... essentially a
so Giannis,
Bitcoin workshop.
Right, so if you know anything about video game currency, Jonathan Giannis is the guy who invented IGE. He was the guy who was he was the selling and trading video game currency, and his name's Jonathan Giannis, and I had all this currency on me, and he was a legend to me at that time because I was like, no one can touch Giannis. And so I contacted him on a whim, and I just emailed him, and I said, hey, man, I got a bunch of currency. Can I do anything with it? And he emailed me back immediately and said, yes, give it all to me, but never tell me how you got it or what you did to get it. And I said, fine. It's a Hong Kong sweatshop. It was about, I think about 10 people in Hong Kong that were distributing my currency for me all the time. I mean, I would log into the game. I'd own characters. And they'd be like, hey, and there's like, I was like, hey, yeah, you work for me, basically. And they were like, me trade currency. And I was like, yeah, good. Cool.
Holy shit.
That's it. Do was stock these characters. And the problem was there were so many servers, and you also had to do the dark and the light side of EverQuest 2. The dark side was separate from the light side. It was very hard to trade currency between the two. So I had to stock a bunch of currency on the dark side, and I had to stock a bunch of currency on the light side. And basically, I'd have level 5 wood elves, just transferring currency for me all the time. I used to go to Walmart and just take all of the boxes of EverQuest 2 off the shelves because I needed that many accounts to trade currency. So I would just go to Walmart and I'd buy 25 boxes of EverQuest 2, just throw them all in the cart and go up to and they're like, what are you doing? I'll take this. Have a good day. Take all these things back. Type in the account keys. Build new accounts, and then I would just trade currency off of it, and I completely ruined it. And
oh my god, dude!
You know this is a movie, right?
No.
I know. Travis is trying to make that into a script, and I'm very worried about tax purposes, like bragging about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm very scared about that.
No,
Enough years have passed. I think statute of limitations are off.
Nom de plume.
It makes me a little bit paranoid, and one of the guys involved was one of my best friends, and he ended up overdosing on drugs and dying because he got so much money off of this that he just started buying a bunch of drugs, and he killed himself basically, like off of doing too many drugs, because he was a Kentucky redneck and he just had never had that kind of money before in his life. So all of a sudden I'm dumping $30,000 in his lap within 2 months, and he's just like, I'm buying a big screen TV, a Mustang, and all the drugs I can have forever. And so he did it, and he killed himself. So it's
what happens.
Jeez. Oh man.
That's what happens. Not everyone is finally attuned to wealth.
I ended up writing out the story of what happened to me in this game. I wrote it out for the guild I used to be in EverQuest 1 because I was a big EverQuest 1 player. I really like EverQuest 1, and I wrote it out for the guild, the Mystical Order, which is a big guild in EverQuest 1. and I wrote it. I put it on the forums, and within 1 hour of writing this story, or within 2 hours, it crashed the website as far as traffic went. And the story's still out there. You can look up Methical was my name on the game, and EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2 exploit, whatever the fuck, you can find it. But yeah, it ended up in New Scientist magazine. It ended up in a bunch of places. But all I can say is there is like a Wild West mentality about like new games. Their exploits are out there, and you can exploit them to the fullest to make a shitload of money. And so, because I just got I personally got about $60,000 dumped on me within about 2 months.
By the way, Noah, this is not the only story that Noah does that is this amazing. Noah,
that's fucking wild, dude.
Noah,
Yeah,
did I
I
ever
know.
tell you? Noah, did I ever tell you
King
about Mario Strikers and me and Steve Reber?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
We were a duo that just happened to have like, we synced up for like 6 months, and we're like, I have nothing I'm gonna do for 6 months, and he was like, I also am not gonna do anything for 6 months. So we decided to put all of our time on the Wii game, the original Wii, Mario Strikers, which is the soccer game, the Mario soccer game, and we became the #1 duo on the Earth. Like several months in a row, and we found out all the exploits. Like it wasn't because we were particularly good at the game. It's that we had played so many hours that we mistakenly found like, oh shit, if you jump at this time, the AI will not see you. So
Always
there's
out
that.
there.
And then
It's
just
always out there.
manipulate. Yeah, it's a story. And,
Don't understand.
and we got banned. I got banned from Wii. Like my username and shit, they banned me.
Aw.
Like I can't go back and play Wii under that user. I have to create it. I never went back. But
Always
I
out
was
there.
banned.
The only reason I knew how to act or behave in a capitalistic type mentality is because I had a guy named Unagapai, which means tiny cookies in Japanese. He used to come into the and EverQuest 1, and I was level 30 and maximum was 50. I was nothing. I was a piece of shit. And he used to come hang out. He had the best gear ever. And he goes, you know, back in the day when this game first started, if you died, your gear is on you, kind of like Minecraft, like except for exploding out of you. It's just on your dead body. Wherever you died last, you can go find it. He goes, if you die, if you disconnected your modem at the exact same time, you end up with 2 bodies. So you're doubling everything that's on your dead body. And I was like, genius, man. It's fucking great. Like, if I ever found something, man, I exploited it the fullest. And he was like, you should do that. And then
why
when I
didn't
played
he
EverQuest
do it
2,
if he knew it?
well, he didn't know EverQuest 2, so I ended up playing EverQuest 2, and I found an exploit right within the first month of EverQuest 2 being released, and I was like, boom, got it, found an exploit, I'm going full on. I hired my friends for $50 an hour. I had these guys from Philly. We know what you did. We know what you fucking doing. We know what you're fucking doing. Like, you need to tell us.
With the video game mafia.
Seriously. And I have the first ever contract because I had to, I was getting blackmailed by these motherfuckers. I had the first ever contract that says, like, I will give you my video game exploit as long as you give me 50% of the profits you make off of it. Because they had busted us. They were showing up everywhere we were, in every server. I mean, there's 12 servers. We were showing up in every server. We were ruining the economy of every server, but they kept showing up everywhere. I don't know how they were tracking us. I actually think in the end they were Sony itself. I think they were Sony itself.
Oh, wow.
But they basically said, like, what is the exploit? And we'll leave you alone if you give us the exploit, and we'll give you half the money off of this exploit. And I had no way around it, so eventually I had to sell out. I stalled him as long as possible. I said, you got to get a lawyer. I need to see a contract in order to give you this exploit. And they go, all right, we'll find a lawyer. I was like, yeah, good luck, motherfuckers, because who's gonna find?
You're never gonna catch me.
Did they find? And they found one.
In one day. In one day, they had a complete 7-page contract. The next day, that was like, you know.
Yeah, that sounds like you were actually dealing with Sony.
Yeah.
Sony. I know it was, and like, you know what's funny is like I'm still not banned from Sony. They never banned me. And
Because
post that,
technically, you probably weren't doing anything wrong.
no, I wasn't doing anything illegal. I was doing something wrong. I was definitely violating the TOS, but I was allowed to continue in the game, and I went back to EverQuest 1. It's the same account, same login for Sony. Once you play one Sony game, it's the same login for every Sony game. So I went back and I played back on EverQuest 1. I have the same name. It's Methical. It's based off of Method Man, the rapper. But anyway, so I was like Methical. So I go and play it, and then like
Christ,
I go and
Noah.
find I go and find another exploit. And I made about $5,000 in 1 week on another exploit, and that got caught immediately after I started doing it. So I started thinking that they were like thinking I was like Rain Man of like exploits, and they were like, instead of banning this guy, just watch this guy,
And he'll find it.
fix everything. Yeah, that he's.
I mean, that's smart. That's a smart way to do it.
I blame him. But all I can say is the conversations with these fucking guys from Philly were like so dirty and nasty. Like I just couldn't stand these guys. They were stalking me in the game. They were following me around. I had all these people. But the coolest part about it is that exploit that I was using required 2 different people. It required one person on the end of the auction table and one person on the other end of the auction table. And neither person knew what the other one was doing. So I kept half of people that I was hiring to buy things and half the people I was hiring to sell things, and neither of them knew what the exploit was. I just told them specifically on the selling end, you do this is what you do. On the buying end, I was like, you do this is what you do. And it was via the auction table that the exploit was committed. It basically, and here's the craziest thing, all it was imagine that like there's any game right now where you can sell something to other people within the game.
Mm-hmm.
Was go into an apartment, make a chair, set down the chair, and then sell the chair. Down in my apartment, and I sold it at the same time. They would buy the chair, they would get a chair, but the chair in my apartment that was set down would still be there. So I could pick up the chair, and we both have a chair now.
So
it's that simple.
chairs.
It wasn't like I wasn't a great hacker or anything like that. It wasn't like I'm a genius or anything like that. I just sold a chair, set down the chair because I wanted to see what it looked like in my apartment, and then someone goes, "Thanks for the chair," and I was like, "What do you mean, thanks for the chair? I'm looking at the chair right now." And the guy goes, "No, I have a chair right now," and I go, "Oh, you have a chair? I have a chair." And then from then on, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Same chair.
In my brain, I was like, "Cha-ching! Oh my god, we got something here!" So I had to backtrack, figure out all my moves.
Get that
And then it
chair
was just
money, baby.
non-stop money making after that. And what I did was I took my mom had to get a hysterectomy. She had ovarian cancer at the time. So she'd never been out of the country, never been out of the United States, and my dad was pretty poor. And so I took my dad, my mom, my girlfriend off to Paris, and I paid for everything for an entire week. And I just brought them all to Paris. We all went to Paris together. We got down to the Dom Perignon caves. We went down to fucking
That's
Epernay.
amazing. Did your
I took the
parents
whole thing.
understand any of this? Like
Yeah,
how
they
you
told-
got?
I was in a deep depression at the time. I was really OCD, and in fact, I was smoking clove cigarettes, but I could only smoke clove cigarettes with rubber gloves on because I didn't want my hands to smell, and a shower cap. So I used to wear a shower cap, and I had rubber gloves on. I was in my parents' house, and I used to sit in the backyard in the daytime. I was on Xanax and such shit. I'd sit in the backyard like smoking clove cigarettes with rubber gloves and a shower cap on.
As
And
someone who smoked a
Shower
clove
cap.
cigarette, I completely understand that.
A shower
It's
cap,
so-
Noah.
Yeah, totally. A shower cap. I was completely depressed, and I just didn't want to smell bad going to bed because bed is the only thing that was nice to me in the world at the time. Depression's a bitch. But anyway, so I turned to my parents and I said, "Yeah, I got something. We're all going to go to Paris soon, and it's going to be good." And they were like, "What? What are you talking about? You think you're out of your mind?" I go,
Yeah, of
"No,
course.
no, I got something." And I started, instead of chairs, you could sell any household items. So household items were also included with pets, and pets were worth a lot more money. So I was selling dogs eventually. So I started duplicating dogs. I was duplicating dogs left and
That's
right.
right. That's
And I told my parents, I was like, "I'm duplicating dogs. Like, we're all going to go to Paris soon." And my parents were like,
Off this
"Yeah, you've
dog
lost your fucking
duplication
mind."
money.
Like, they literally thought, like, Noah's lost his fucking mind. And then I came back to
Like,
them with, like,
sincerely, like, if you had even brought me the tickets, I'd be like, where the fuck did this come from? What did you do?
I
like,
brought
I
them
wouldn't-
the tickets.
I wouldn't trust it.
No, they couldn't believe it. Well, I mean, they're my parents, so they're gonna trust me. But I brought them the tickets, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is real!" And I go, "Yeah, we went to Paris. It was amazing. We had a great time. Everything was paid. I paid for everything, anything they wanted in Paris, done. And came back, paid off the rest of my student loans. I have no student loan debt. I have a bachelor's degree. I have no student
Wow.
loans. And then just was like, all right, well now I'm gonna kill myself because I did it all,
Oh.
and then I didn't because whatever. I guess it strikes you at some point. Don't kill yourself. So I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
And
When
then,
you're in the moment, you're like, ah, maybe
yeah.
not.
Yeah, like this is a great way to go out. What a good finale to my life, and just do like because I used to play those games for years, and they were like, "Why are you playing these games?" And so in the end, I was like, "See what happens when you play these games." So much money. I did it. I won. I beat the game.
It's so
and
not
now,
true.
and now I can't play those games because I'm not making any money. That doesn't make any sense to me. I can never play World of Warcraft. I can never play EverQuest 2. I can never play any of that shit. I'm not making any money. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to scheme
And you didn't get a single cease and desist because I got a cease and desist from Nintendo.
This is never.
That's fucking insane.
When I got banned finally, when the EverQuest 2 character got banned, because my EverQuest account never got banned, just my EverQuest 2 character got banned. I wrote them and I said, "Excuse me, Sony, why the fuck am I banned? What the fuck is going on?" And
You
they
have
said,
the nerve.
and they responded and they said, "You exploited the system to generate large amounts of currency."
The chairs,
we had-
motherfucker, the chairs.
I'm surprised they didn't just write back, "Why do you think?" Like,
Right,
So they go-
right.
So
Oh
we had
my
to ban
god,
you.
the
And I was like, "All right,
balls
fair enough."
to send the email.
Yeah, because I wanted to know. I was laughing in their faces. They'd been trying to track me down, and I knew they didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I think those Philly guys were actually Sony. And I have the first ever contract built on an exploit ever in existence. It's historical precedent that I have the first ever contract ever built upon a video game exploit. And I still own it. It's mine, and I am the first one ever. And I got that shit. So
Wow. What a
So
great
yeah,
story.
Such a
That's
great story,
amazing.
dude. So great.
Wow.
And then the guy who ended up writing about me in his book, it's called Second Lives, but he included me as one of his stories. He ended up killing himself. And so I just
Fuck.
he was like the guy who was like, "I really like your story. I need to write about it." I'm like, "Great." And I told him everything. He's talking on the phone with him for hours.
The chat
And then he
the
killed
chat
himself.
wants to know, does the president of this contract have a cute name? Like the Noah contract or something along those lines.
Nothing like that. No, not
well, we
nothing
can
like
call
that.
it that now.
The Noah
contract.
Yeah.
It's the no
Oh, let the
contract.
chat know. The no exploit.
Or
it
two
is something.
chairs, the 2 chairs contract.
The dogs. The
It
This
is
is all
dogs.
mad hacky sack skills saying these names. Oh
Yeah,
No,
let
did
man.
them
I ever
know.
tell you about the time that I had a court case on me? And it's one of my friends hit me up and it was like at Northwestern. It was like, "Hey man, I was studying a case and you're the name on it. Is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah."
What?
And, yeah, in college. Because it's where Swaim and I met. Which was, we did it was called the MQ, and it was like the Onion, but
Yeah,
for
UCSD.
UCSD. Yeah. And we wrote a story that was just dumb, stupid editorial jokes about how and it's not even a good joke, to be honest. It was about how the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has a
Oh,
new mascot,
Jesus.
and it's the Energizer Bunny because it keeps going and going and going. And Energizer hits us up. And
Oh,
we get,
shit.
and we get letterhead. It's Energizer. It's got a law firm on it, and it says cease and desist. And I was like, well, I took it to our counselor, and I was like, what is this shit? I'm 21. I don't know what's going on. And they were like, well, I mean, honestly, they don't really have anything on you because we have just all of the legal shit in order to say that it is free speech. And not only that, even if we were press, we're not. So just you're fine.
Right.
And so we're like, okay, cool. But of course we're comedians, so we just don't stop there. We think it's fucking hilarious. And so what we end up doing is we find the name of the CEO of Energizer, and his name was Michael. Time, Michael Vaughn was the Energizer CEO, and we said Michael Vaughn did a point counterpoint article, and it was that he couldn't achieve an erection while having sex was essentially they had problems. It was like it was wrapped in a better bundle, but I don't need to tell you that because it's funny. And then 2 weeks later, we got not only did we get a cease and desist that was like boilerplate, but we had like, it had Energizer logo and then original law firm, and then it had an additional law firm. So we knew it was getting serious because they like were employing 2 law firms, and they were like, this is now liable because you have written down that our CEO is infertile and can't get an erection. And we were like, and so I write a letter at this point saying like, hey, you know what? I am totally open to the idea that he can get an erection. That's fine. All he has to do though, and I looked at letter,
he has to prove
is
it.
drop chow and achieve an erection while in court. That's all I ask. And that's when they figured out that we were because I was editor-in-chief at the time. That's when they figured out that we were like a satire publication, like they did their work. And it made me so mad because I really wanted his response. But it's now studied in law school for tort law about like when like essentially libel suits get out of hand and there's no good response. Like it's like, yeah, when it's not something you could prove or disprove. You can't prove or disprove. It's just something that someone says, and what just someone says randomly can't really be like suitable for court cases. Yeah, I guess. And he told me, is like, is that? And so my friend Aaron was like, is this you? I was like, yeah, that was me. And he was just like, I wish I was near you because I would give you just all the high fives in the world. Because we talked about it for like 30 minutes in class today. Oh, wow. Like, that's great. Bucket list. And that's so when Noah tells a story about like, I guess I should kill myself, like that's where I had that moment there. I was like, I'm never going to beat this.
You're never going to top that.
Yeah, I got the Energizer CEO to back down on the idea that he could not get an erection.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh no, the chat Rio said, can your movie be called Please Have a Seat?
Oh.
It's pretty good.
I actually thought a good title for it would be The Catbird Seat.
The Catbird Seat? Okay, yeah.
Have you ever, yeah, because like the proverbial catbird seat is, that means you're lucky, right? And it's, you get it.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it. It's fine.
Thanks for the help, Abe. I'm slowly pushing.
Oh my god, this is that was like both of those stories are amazing. Holy shit.
Noah's story is better. It just reminded me of.
Well, yeah, Noah's story is kind of an arc
because he actually made money off of it.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing.
Yeah. Mad Hack is okay, sir. How did you take on the man? I have not taken on the man. I wish I could have. That would have, like, I didn't even realize you could make money off of video game exploits. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my day is still coming where I get to like make some type of absurd amount of money in not illegal means. I don't know.
One day, Star, if you try your hardest, you will be it.
I think I'm just too, honestly, I'm just too chicken shit. I'm too scared to get in trouble. Which is what most of these situations rely on, people being too scared to like get in trouble.
Oh yeah.
That's true. I mean, with the Wii one, they straight up told me that they were like, they sent a letter to my home, and Nintendo was like, do not buy a Wii U under your username, because we will ban you from every game.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I didn't buy a Wii U because...
I mean, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
I was gonna say, can you get a Nintendo DS? Are you allowed on that?
I think they've given up at this point, but I haven't bought a Nintendo system just on principle since.
That's fair.
Even though I do like Nintendo games, but Mario Strikers was like the last Nintendo game
It's
that I
like
played.
Sony. Like I like Sony games, and I really like the EverQuest one, and I'm glad I'm not banned. And people that were involved with me are banned from the game. They're not allowed to play, but I can play. So I got a girl banned. And you know, Liz, when I lived out in California with you guys,
Yeah.
I ended up seeing her in Seattle, and we hung
Yeah,
out
that's
for a
right.
few
That's
days.
right. Seattle.
I met a girl on the game who exploited with me, and I ended up like hanging out. Her dad paid for my hotel room to go out to Seattle, and I just hung out there, and everything was great. And I made her a shitload of money. She ended up going to Hawaii Pacific University based on the money she made off of EverQuest too.
Wow.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
like,
awesome? That's so
yeah.
Wow.
So there's three of us. There's one is the guy who did too many drugs and died, who was my best friend in the whole world. He's dead. His name is Sick Boy. But anyway, and then there's me, and I lived and here to tell the tale. And the other one is Liz, who's still a good friend of mine, but we used to bone off and on because we just didn't know what to do with ourselves because we loved each other so much. And it's just like, well, we got a bone because we love each other, but we just realized we weren't really good, compatible soulmates or anything like that. She's still a great friend of mine. But yeah, she ended up just doing whatever the fuck she wanted. She's a nurse now. Outside.
I mean, like, still, like, oh my god.
This all sounds very good, fellas.
It is Goodfellas. That's what I'm saying. And so I got the guy who did the guy who wrote the script. Didn't write the script. Dave and Mike wrote the script for Kill Me Now. But the guy who directed it, Travis Long, he wants to make this a movie, and he's really pushing me to like go. Like,
I mean, it has an arc. You have like.
Dark. I totally understand. It's just too personal. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it's very
yeah,
personal,
of course.
right?
Like your friend, you lost your best friend. That sucks.
Yeah, it really does suck. But also I don't want a story not to be told. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I kind of want to write this story. And if anyone's gonna write, it's gonna be me because I don't want fucking someone else writing the story of who he was. But like, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard when you try to write a screenplay about yourself. You hold back on certain issues.
I mean, you need I would say get a writing partner so you could just, describe everything, and then they could structure it, and then you could always, go like, no, this doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So that you don't have to do the heavy emotional lifting.
Yeah, even with that though, like you go like, all right, go ahead and you do the emotional lifting, and then you read what they write, and you go, "That's all way off." You're totally.
That's the thing, but that's
So,
okay because
like,
you could correct it still. Like that's the thing. As long as in the end you still have the final say. I
don't want to do anything to this guy's legacy. Like I want his mom to be happy with it. I want like his sister to be happy with it. I don't want to make him look like the crazed out redneck, car getting.
I mean, you could find a writer who's not going to do that to your friend, Like it's like if that's something that's I mean, clearly, like that's one of the most important things. You can find someone to make sure that that's written respectfully and still the truth and all of that. Because here's the thing: say you sell that screenplay, it's gonna morph no matter what. Like a director's gonna get a hand on it. Like somebody else is, like a producer's gonna get their hand on it. Like the studio's gonna get their hand on it. So it's gonna mutate and transform. So I think as long as while this process is going, you make sure you have that stamp from the get-go. I mean, like I do.
It's a very valid point.
You know, like, but it's like it's the same thing. Like use all these people to help you tell the right story. Don't necessarily let it just depend all on you, because that's going to be hard and rough. Like let the team help.
It's a good story, and I find it kind of like kill your darlings. The whole thing's a darling. So what am I supposed to do? You know, like it's precious to me. But it's interesting when I tell people about it. They're like, "Holy shit, that's real," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like, wow, what the fuck? And this should be a movie, and I'm like, I know. And it would read like Goodfellas. It would read like Casino. It would read like one of these movies where they show you the exploits, the tricks of the trade. They give you all that information. That's one of my favorite movies, is the ones that let you know.
I mean, you could always do the novel route, where if you write a book, then that's 100% your words, your telling of the tale, like exactly the truth, the way you want it to be told. And then if people make a screenplay out of that, you always have, and if it does go off the rail, you will still always have that original story, and people will end up reading it. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Dave.
What?
Dave, stop. I need to get the weapon. The perfect weapon.
Did you catch that?
Sorry. No, I didn't want to stop. I got it.
We're having a meat fight.
Are you kidding?
Oh.
Meat fight.
Oh, wait, hold on.
All right.
Or
We're good.
throw meat at each other.
Yeah, someone in the chat said, like, the World War Z movie doesn't take away anything from the World War Z, the novel. You know, like they are what they are.
Way better. I haven't seen either of them or read either. I haven't done it. I heard that the novel's better than the movie.
Maybe they usually are.
But World War Z was just I think World War Z.
It ends tonight.
They used new technology to show a bunch of creatures attacking something. They had new technology. They were like, this new CGI technology shows 1 million creatures attacking something.
Oh shit! I got your meat.
No. I need that meat.
Whenever we fight in the rain, I have to say it's tonight, like in the Matrix Revolutions.
You got your meat.
If anyone wants to look it up, it's Methical, Methical, EverQuest 2. Find it. It's a good story. I wrote it out like Goodfellas.
Man. Yeah, that story needs to be told. Holy shit. That's incredible.
I think the most important part is that, like, I am almost directly responsible for pay-to-play games, like, or microtransactions. The fact that you can buy gold from the games as opposed to earning it within the games is literally changed right at the time that I did that. Is like a new thing that existed right at the exact same time and place. Sony Online Entertainment released the Sony Store, which was every game they had online. All of a sudden, you could just buy whatever the fuck you wanted. It changed because of that story. So they just said, like, why would we have a middleman to trade currency? We could just,
So if we could do it.
you know, sell it ourselves.
God damn it.
Holy shit.
Shut up.
It's just killing each other. What's going on over there? Where are you at?
Just around.
I'll say, well, I think I'm gonna end my stream for the night because I finished my comic. I finished my comic page.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed too.
Like, I think like
One more fight.
I want to say like 15 minutes ago,
right.
and I'm just like listening to the story. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I might actually take this stream and put it up on my YouTube just because I'm like, if someone wants to watch, like, what is it, 2 hours of me drawing and then listening to this story, because this is incredible. Like,
I think it's a good story. Yeah,
it's a great story, and I'm like, I'm so sad you lost your friend. That sucks. That sucks real bad. But I mean,
you know,
like
every action has an opposite and equal reaction. It's kind of like the way I view it. You know, I mean, it was such a great, splendid thing that happened, but it had a downside.
yeah.
See it that way.
Hey, what are you hitting me with?
A bottle?
Oh.
Why are you getting pushed back?
All right. Well, goodbye, stream. If you're following on Twitch,
Goodbye, stream.
follow me on
Bye,
YouTube
stream.
as well. Starline Hodge, pronounced Starlene.
Hey, everyone on the stream, go fuck yourselves, and I hope that I hope your food goes
you
rancid
bunch
overnight.
of fucking
I
freeloaders.
hope your refrigerator fails, you pieces of shit.
You fuckers.
Yeah, that's what you get.